So welcome back, dear friends, to another scene for Lost Cub, wherein, at least for the moment, we are setting our scene at the Batcave, home base, safe zone, where, it's not that uncommon for people to be moving around in the middle of the night, really. People keep weird schedules. It's not like anyone has a day job, per se, except, Bill. Of course, Bill has a day job. God damn it, Bill. But, yeah, odd hours are a thing. Hearing people walk around doesn't mean much. Becca's one of those people who's up at wild times, depending on how worn out she is over the day of keeping an eye on people. But in this case, Wendy, you thought sleep was allowed. Turns out, as your door is kicked open, it is not. It's there's just a boot applied because opening a door like a normal person's for losers. At which point, the only sound immediately following the ka-dunk is, yo, Wendy!
So Wendy sets up in what she considers her pajamas, which is basically just like a single colored, long sleeve undershirt, and some fuzzy flannel plaid print pants. And there's she rockets out of bed.
Rocket up, looking around. Yep. Becca is framed in the doorway. She's standing fairly relaxed, but she does have one of the shotguns in her offhand because that's how Becca rolls when she's doing patrols at night.
So, there's a moment where a half asleep Wendy sees someone standing in her door frame. Just, what the fuck, Anton?
Do I sound like Anton to you?
Oh, shit. Hey, Becca. Hold on. Sorry.
Jesus, you must have been fucking out. Wake up. You got your books or something?
Yeah.
I don't know, an internet connection?
Yeah.
You ever study up on polio, Wendy? You're the fucking nursey chick.
Fucking what? Polio?
Yeah, polio.
They don't... fuck. I mean, I guess it's making a comeback, but they didn't really cover it. It's gotta be in
you need
one
to
of the
fucking
books.
cover it.
Wendy stands up and, she does the stretch, walk around the room, start flicking on the lights. Oh, that's bright. And eventually...
why? As you turn on each light.
Yep. Eventually, she finds one of the cans of soda she stashed in her room, pops it open, takes a drink. That's better. Okay, so what's up? What are we doing with polio?
Anton thinks that's what's wrong with Jane. So I want you to find out everything you can find out.
All right.
Because you guys are about to have to do some fucking shit.
I mean, off the top of my head...
Yeah? Lay it on me.
And
let me look at what your medicine score is. It's pretty decent.
Off the top of my head, I know walking around with the leg braces is the best case scenario.
Considering she already ain't walking.
Yeah.
Hands are fucking going. She's having trouble breathing sometimes. The braces ain't the problem. We need to make it stop.
Okay. This is going to be some deep research then.
Well, get on it.
Alrighty. Hey, you mind doing me a favor?
Probably. What's up?
Can you... I left a couple books in the kitchen. One of them's a dictionary for pills.
Yeah, I'm on it. Boot up your shit. She gestures with her free hand, thankfully not with the gun towards the laptop. Boot your shit up. Be right back. When she goes, I mean, you can hear her almost immediately. The stomp down the hall, the trot down the stairs. Becca is not light-footed.
Wendy will sweep her hair up, sit down in front of her laptop, boot it up, and start doing the research. No, those aren't Weston scars.
All right. Well, you've got a pretty good thing going for you. Since it's medicine, I will let you make. I'll first let you make an intelligence medicine.
Okay. Let's see. We want to be in the right dice roller.
And then I will let you make an intelligence investigation.
Okay. So this first one is that is 2 successes on the intelligence medicine.
I mean, what you know offhand, yeah, it's not completely obliterated as a disease, but it's super rare nowadays. The thing is, it's one of those things that everyone gets a vaccine for. And as far as you know off the top of your head, there wasn't a cure. I mean, some people just, managed to make it through without a lot of damage. Some people ended up in iron lungs.
Yeah.
But, it's one of those things where, like, off the top of your head, once the damage is done, damage is done.
Yeah, all right. And then you said what's investigation?
Intelligence investigation. Because truth be told, if you think about it, when you're hunting for stuff on the internet, it's kind of a bitch.
Yeah.
And you have to know where you're searching. And, well, Wendy has literally gone to school for this, so she's applying what she knows.
Ta-da! Ta-da!
I hope you say ta-da.
Oh, 1, 2, 3 successes.
Beautiful. All right. Let's check this real fast. All right. I mean, it's pretty easy to find. The vaccine is orally given. There's 2 vaccines, and they've pretty much eliminated polio for most of the world. The problem is, again, it's hard to find anything about like what you do once someone has it. You find a lot of information about the vaccine. In the inactivated polio vaccine is super safe.
So there's a moment where Wendy is just kind of, like she's jotting down the information, like, okay, none of this is particularly helpful for what I need specifically, but it does point out a few things, like...
I'll give you this. The injected vaccine is inactivated, so essentially dead polio. There's also the oral one is attenuated, so they basically run the virus through non-human cells. So essentially it doesn't really catch in people, but it's still technically a kind of living virus.
Right. And you build up antibodies. Right. So, but Jane should have received one of these vaccines.
She should have indeed.
Which means...
she also shouldn't have been able to get sick.
Yeah. All right. But this is new and interesting information. But in terms of finding out, like, what to actually do with symptoms of polio. Not terribly helpful.
Doesn't seem like it. Before too long, Becca comes tromping back up again. You can always hear Becca coming. She's like a fucking bull in a china shop. So back up she comes. She thumps down the book next to you, kind of glancing over your shoulder because you've got notes and whatnot. So what you got?
Not a lot. So there's 2 vaccines, and they did a pretty good job at eliminating polio in most of the world. One of them, it's an inactive vaccine. It's pretty safe. The other one, it's attenuated. So that means they basically stick the virus in non-human cells so it can infect humans. And inject that into people. And you build up antibodies to the polio virus because, it's still alive. Right?
Okay.
Jane should have got one of these.
Oh yeah, probably, but I mean, this is fucking super sick. What do you want? She should. I haven't seen one of you fuckers even get a cold except Bill. Bill got like the flu back when Anton got sick.
So, I mean, this is just pointing me again, whatever the treatment is, I don't know, maybe.
Look, the way Anton was talking, here's the idea. He said if you could find something like an activated vaccine, or I don't fucking know. If you guys can get your hands on it, you can do some wibbly wobbly shit with it. Might be able to make Jane better.
That's what I was thinking too. So
the question is, where the fuck would we go to get it? I mean, there's always hospitals, but knocking over a hospital ain't no small trick.
Health department.
I was thinking, like, I don't know, little doctor's office. I have that shit, right? Pediatrics?
Pediatrics, probably, yeah.
Right? So find a place. We need to know where we're going to hit. Gives her a pat on the shoulder. Hefty, like, dunk, dunk.
All right. Hey, Becca. Weird question, but it'll help me narrow down my shirts. How far out you comfortable going?
I mean, we go out to Roanoke all fucking time.
All
we'll
right.
go however far we need to. Just find a place we can hit easy. I don't care if it's a 2-hour trip. As long as it gets us the shit we need.
So Wendy is just going to Google pediatric clinics near and type in a zip code for Natural Bridge.
Okay.
And hopefully Google comes up with a helpful map.
I mean, yeah, Google will just pull up an obnoxiously large map and tag everything that's ever been tagged for pediatrics. Admittedly, not a lot of bloops right there in Natural Bridge, but I mean, as you zoom the thing out, if you let it search further, you'll get more. I want to say Lynchburg's nearby, Blacksburg's only so far away, Roanoke's only so far away. And all of those are within like a half hour to an hour.
Yeah. And so there's just like, she'll filter through the ones that are like pediatric dentist, pediatric, like some specialty and not just a general pediatric clinic.
Yeah. I mean, I'll give you this. Becca will probably honestly just stick a tumbler of coffee next to you and wander off because, let's face it, filtering through every result you get is going to take time. Especially if you're going down and actually like looking at the buildings and street view, seeing what you're looking at once you narrow it down.
Yeah, like she's like, and I mean like what Wendy is looking for, and she will totally help herself to that tumbler of coffee. She's looking for buildings that have like an easy entry and exit point.
All right. What are you looking for as far as like? What other factors are you bringing into play here?
Eliminating ones that are installed in hospital complexes because that's still like breaking into a hospital. So like looking for a clinic standing in its own building or maybe part of a strip mall.
All right. So smaller buildings. Good job.
Like an easy entry and exit point, not one of those ones where it's got like the shoot. The spinny doors. You know the ones I'm talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
And ideally a building that's only one floor.
All right. So building sizes being a factor. All right. So what are you doing? Just jotting down addresses?
Yeah, jotting down addresses, checking out the street view, crossing off stuff that looks like, that's part of a hospital, that's part of a big office building, until she's left with ones that are more or less freestanding.
All right. So you'll end up with a list. I mean, admittedly, there will be a good couple, especially like considering you like if you've branched out to different cities and all.
Mhm.
You got options. Some of them are in different directions. Some of them are further or closer. But yeah, you can get a list essentially of various places that do pediatric medicine. That, let's face it, Wendy, you've got a medicine score you've actually studied.
Yeah.
You can tell realistically what kind of places most likely wouldn't have it.
Mm-hmm.
Provide vaccines and all that. So yeah, you managed to narrow it down, get a list. Probably a good, like, we'll say, I'm trying to think of how prevalent they are. I know around here there's a lot, but I live in a fairly large area. But let's do this.
Ooh.
Let's go to Natural Bridge. And do a search. Oh, wow. You're going to be making a trip regardless, it looks like. You've got some in Roanoke, some in Lynchburg, some out in where is this? Staunton. Nothing really right around Natural Bridge, weirdly enough. Probably because it's so fucking tiny. But yeah, either way, you're looking at a good hour out. But we'll say you get maybe 5 total that are in viable kind of buildings.
Yeah. And like, and as much as Wendy is iffy on Roanoke, she doesn't know what's in Lynchburg.
She does not.
So, yeah, you know what? She'll just ask Becca. Hey, Becca.
How loud are you yelling?
Like when there's not like a like, oh, where'd she go? It's just like she just sticks her head out her door and yells, "Hey, Becca," down the hallway as loud as she can.
Hey, yeah! Comes from downstairs.
What's in Lynchburg?
I
Is that one of our
fucking
places?
know. I mean, no fucking fidgety shit, far as I know. I can tell you who's selling smack out there, but with the whole thing with you guys, fuck, I don't know.
All right, we're gonna head into Roanoke then.
What? Wait, what?
There's Lynchburg and Roanoke, and I don't know what's in Lynchburg.
Okay, but we do know what's in Roanoke.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, it's fucking bad.
There's a
You got a list up there?
yeah.
Let's see what you got. Hold on, I'm coming. Finally starts tromping out. Yeah, treads up the stairs. All right, what are we looking at? What you got?
Yeah, she'll hand over the list. Mostly one-story buildings, either standalone or in like little strip malls.
My girl. Awesome. All right, we'll do some shit checking out which one's got like police stations close by, shit like that. We don't want immediate fucking response. Set off an alarm or some shit. She says this as she's like probably no shit, just flipping to the next page. Pardon, flipping to the next page and just rewriting the list of places and addresses.
Mhm.
All right, I'm gonna go kick Bill awake.
All right.
Go call him or some shit. I never know what the fuck's going on with that guy. He might be here.
I'm gonna go close.
Good plan. Probably not gonna roll out for a minute. We still gotta figure out which place we're hitting, what we're taking, what's going on. But if you still need to fucking get some beauty sleep beforehand, do it now.
I am up now. I will put on real clothes and I will get coffee and
Good idea.
I don't know, maybe go for a run or something. Something to wake my brain up because yeah, you're right. Going into Roanoke is a really bad idea.
It's almost like the literal fucking enemy is there. It's like seriously walking on the enemy turf. Most places around here ain't shit there.
Yeah, because it's all in Roanoke.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
the fucking devil's in Roanoke. Let's not go into hell to get some shit, huh? Not if we can help it anyway.
Yeah.
All right, good job. Do whatever you need to do. Your runs, your coffee, your fucking whatever. Just get your head together, cause I want Jane back out of that fucking wheelchair. I don't mind toting her around none, but
Yeah, no,
look, man,
no.
like there'll be a half second glance. We real close to me needing to use that fucking crazy ventilator thing brought back from that fucking drugstore. I don't like that. I don't want to be on some fucking cop show pumping a bag on someone's face.
There's a, you know, like it's like that training, right? Get kicks in. There's just a look. We just gotta get this, and Jane will be Fine. It's not going to come to that. And anyway, if it does, well, I know how to use them.
Let's try not get that point. She's the one who does all the hinky shit anyway. It's probably be real hard to do it if she can't talk.
Yep.
Just a firm nod as Becca keeps the fucking stone mask on. And she'll take the one copy of the list of addresses and head out. You hear her trotting downstairs.
Yeah, Wendy goes back to her room and she pulls on what's pretty standard clothes for her. The warm long sleeve shirt, the slightly lighter long sleeve shirt over top of it, some warm pants, some boots, and thumps on downstairs and goes to attack the refrigerator in the kitchen. Like, this is Arun stress eating.
Yeah, in the background you'll hear the glorious sounds of your awakening repeating as you're down in the basement rooting around for food and stuff, and you're, "Hey Bill, doomph," because on the off chance he's in there. Well, wakey. It's just your lovely background noise.
Yeah.
But would you like to do anything else in this scene?
Yeah, you know what? Why not? While Wendy's here, fuck it. She's gonna go down and talk to those spirits. Because this is...
I mean, they're down on kitchen level anyways. You're doomed.
Yeah. This is, like, the right place.
Yeah.
So she's just gonna take a minute to pop over.
Oh boy. Yeah, you pop over. They're around. Usually clinging in corners and stuff. There's probably one or two that are already around your feet, just blinking up at you.
Yeah, she's just like, oh, hi. Okay, I'm just gonna...
Say they're about the size of really big rats. Not quite rabbit-sized yet, but...
So she's just gonna look down and she'd be like, "Hey, so like I don't want to step on you. Is there?" And just kind of like find. Okay, yeah, there's a clear spot where she can just dunk down on the ground.
It's kind of like trying to walk around when you have cats that, and one or two of them are kind of clingy. So it's like there's some careful maneuvering, but none of them are quite dumb enough to run right under your foot. So,
blessedly. And when she sits down, she just kind of holds her hands out. Like, she doesn't really know what to do, but like, she kind of holds her hands out like, "Hey, you guys want to come up here?"
Oh, don't worry, buddy. You're still pretty fucked up. So it's one of those things where you sit down and there's some debate between them. Some get, venture a little closer. Some kind of chill a little further. Especially the bigger ones. They just kind of chill a little further. They're good. But eventually one or two will kind of climb up, one onto your lap, and one just kind of grabs a hold of your shirt and climbs the rest of the way. Like, not quite up to perch on your shoulder, but it's kind of hanging there on the front of your shirt, like right in front of the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, I'm good here. And they're looking at you. They make some pretty creepy ass noises, but the heads sway, tilting thoughtfully, listening.
So, I don't really know what I'm doing here. Aside from just talking to you guys. And you look like you're willing to listen. So, here goes. Fuck. Everything is just shit, It's just shit. Like, I didn't want this for my life. guess I still don't really, but I'm in it and I don't have a choice. So my only option is survive because I have to find my sister. Even if she's someplace horrible, especially if she's someplace horrible, like the last place we were. I was so on edge, I was ready to snap. Walking down those hallways, up those stairs, seeing those people there. It's like every girl I passed could be her, whether it was or not. She's out there and she needs me, so I don't have a choice. But I've done some really bad shit. I'm sure you know, like you guys feed on this stuff, right? I'm sure you can feel it, especially when I'm asleep and the nightmares hit.
I mean, you get a bout of chattering.
And you know, there's a little like noddle in response. Oh, and I will be right back. There's apparently someone at the door.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, you're alive.
Yes. Okay. Oh yeah. Wendy will look at these little spirits and just say, I've killed people. Real people.
There's the one up on your shoulder reaches over and like just kind of it kind of scratches its fingers at your hair a bit. Like it's not trying to pull it, but depending on whether you've brushed it or not, it might tug a little bit. But it kind of like groomingly reaches over and pulls the fingers through it a bit, chitters.
The worst part is one of them totally didn't deserve it. He was just a kid in the wrong place at the wrong time who happened to be on the receiving end of my paranoia and my claws. He didn't stand a chance. And I can't say anything because we know his friend. And his friend is just beating himself up about it, and I just have to sit and watch and know that I am the reason for it.
One on your leg twists itself around some, screeches out another little chirp of a chitter, kind of pokes at you with its like pointy little fingers.
Like she reaches her hand out with her fingers extended for it.
And it's weird because you can tell they're not attacking you, but it does, like, you extend the fingers and it kind of pokes the fingertips, where they're a little soft, where it stings a little, but it's not doing any serious kind of harm. It's just being weird and obnoxious.
Right.
The other one gives a more kind of urgent chittering sound.
And it sucks because he's a really cool guy, and I would love to be friends with him. Like, really good friends. I don't see how, with that hanging over my head, I could do that. But I promised the others I wouldn't, so I'm not gonna. And then somewhere between where we started finding people and when we got home, I started wondering if they found my sister and she was too far gone to be saved, would they even tell me? Or would they just kill her and not say anything and leave me frantically searching for her until I eventually found out the truth?
They twist themselves around a little. They're nasty, contorted little things. They just twist themselves around a little bit. Kind of start batting at each other.
And man, I've taken stuff that's meant for people that are sick, people who need it. They're really sick and they really need it, and we just straight stole it because I could identify it and knew how to use it and where to get it.
The one closer up kind of it's almost like a barking noise. She's over and brushes the hair again. Kind of, there's a little bit of a tug to it, not hard, just insistent.
Like, it's big picture, it's not a big deal. We need it. We just don't have a means of getting it legally. So we resort to stealing and then you know, the pharmacy will get more from their supplier and it'll probably be okay. Probably nobody is going to die because they didn't get their amoxicillin or their painkillers or any of the other stuff we took in time, right? But there's that little nagging voice in the back of my head that tells me there's always chance. And the same thing with the polio vaccine. Yeah, it's pretty much eradicated, but it's pretty much eradicated because of the vaccine. So if some kid doesn't get theirs, they should be okay, right? But what if they're not?
Two of them have looked at each other and started chattering. Kind of, it's animated. It might seem agitated. It's hard to tell because they sound like fucking Satan. But they start to get more and more animated. They gesture at each other a couple times, make little flaily gestures, and you know what, Wendy? As you're talking, you have your hand kind of set down where one can play with it. And you know what? In the midst of all, the kind of trailing narrative where she's talking about things that suck, but she's not getting into the deep of it. And just as you kind of wander on narratively, that little sucker turns around and bites you. Like, I'm not saying he does serious damage, but it fucking hurts. You're probably gonna bleed. Got little snappy teeth, snaggletooths. Turns around and bites you real good.
Ow! What was that for?
It starts doing the little like.
Like, is this not how this goes?
The two of them are kind of glancing at each other, and the one is kind of like batting at you almost. It seems irritated, kind of. And it's funny because it doesn't flee. It doesn't try to do you any other harm. This is the equivalent of getting like bitten by a mouse or something. It stings like a bitch, but in the end, like, this is fixable with a Band-Aid.
Yeah. And like, she's still just looking at it like, what, dude?
Yeah. Why are you like this?
Is this... Like, what, you want me to tell you what I'm feeling? Is that what you want?
It's funny because let's say the yelp got both of their attention pretty distinctly. And as you're talking to it and it's trying to figure out its life, it finally reaches over and the finger that it just bit, like, wraps its little creepy hand around it, kind of squeezes. I mean, it hurts. There is a bite there. Just looks up at you. Let's be fair. You could probably flick your hand and fling this thing against a wall.
I mean, like, she just kind of, like, picks her hand up.
It's one of those things where, like, do you yelp or anything when he reaches over and just grabs it?
I mean, she winces, but there's still this curious, okay, what's going on here?
You wince, both of them. Look up. Again, they fixate. Not on, like, the injury itself, on you.
Wendy looks at them, trying to puzzle them out. Like, okay, you're little and creepy and nightmarish looking, and
No, one or two have crept closer.
you know,
It's horror movie stuff right here. They're definitely more keyed in than they were before.
is this good? Should I keep going? Do you want to hear more?
Okay, Wendy. How ready are you for one of these to go from clinging to your shirt to clinging to your hair and climbing up it?
Not at all.
Because that's what's happening.
Oh, there is the scream, like the surprise scream. And
Are you doing anything about it?
Yeah,
or are you
like
just flailing?
I mean, there's the instinct is to, like pick it up and yank it off and jump up, but she can't because there's too many of them here.
Oh, don't worry. They will scramble if you start moving. The second you start reacting, they skitter.
There's just the like, oh, hi,
You can yank the one off, and he does the little flaily hands like, yeah. Fucking,
yeah. just pick him
Flaily.
up. I wish I had some warning before you did that, there, little buddy. You scared me.
That flat note.
So, I still don't know who bit me or why.
They've gotten themselves all jumbled up, except the one that was on your shoulder and is now dangling from your hand.
Mm-hmm. So, I'm just gonna put you back up here, okay? And she'll gently like put it on top of her head with the little like pat.
This one, he makes a weird kind of gnashing noise. You can feel him moving around a little up there, but he doesn't seem intent on climbing down. You know what? Have you learned spirit speech?
Yes. Yes, she has.
All right. All right. I am an asshole because I forgot you had spirit speech. So finally, one of them, the one up on your head, who has been mercifully been spared a fling against the wall.
Mm-hmm.
He chatters and snip snaps at the others and finally makes himself understood. It's a lot of garbled crap. But he finally takes a more human tone. You're not looking at your pain, you're talking about things, but not your pain. You are teasing us.
Oh, okay. So you want to hear about, like, my actual pain?
Talking this sucks is not pain.
Oh, you want me to just... Can I feed it to you?
You. The little finger comes down and pokes you in the forehead.
And
Not hard, just doink. You need to feel your pain. You need to. We cannot help your pain if you are not looking at it. You can't ignore it. If you shove it down, it will get deeper. It will get worse.
my pain
We
is...
cannot take pain that you hide.
My pain is anger.
Yes.
I'm angry at myself.
Yes.
I'm angry at how fast I went bad. Because it was easy.
It starts kind of slowly climbing down onto your shoulder.
I'm hurt and angry, and I hurt other people, and I enjoy it. And then when I come
Does it
back,
make
I
you
feel
bad?
guilty because I feel like I shouldn't enjoy it. I was supposed to be a doctor. I'm not supposed to want to hurt people.
Do you want to hurt people? Kind of perched on your shoulder now.
I do.
All people?
No.
Then what is bad?
Like, I'm not a doctor. I never took the oath, but I had to learn it. And the very first part starts off as first do no harm.
That is stupid. Reaches over and kind of caresses your cheek with those creepy knife fingers. People will always do harm. Not on purpose. Always do harm.
Yeah, that's not an excuse for not thinking my actions through, though, especially when they get somebody else hurt.
So your pain.
Yeah, and I feel guilty for doubting. For not trusting that Anton and Bill would tell me if they found my sister, but Yet they've not given me a reason to trust that they would. Especially if they just killed her.
You know what? Let me check something real fast. Oh, I wish I had this bookmarked better. Jesus Christ. Let's see. Okay. Let me check one more thing. I only apologize a little bit.
Okay.
I am just checking to see. All right. Let me just shoot off a thing real fast. All right, I will handle that momentarily. So,
Yes.
it's taken a little bit of interest. It's kind of waffling because there was a hot minute there where where Wendy got kind of in her feels. And she's cooled off a little bit because she's been trying to reason out bits of it. So the spirit's quieted down, but is still regarding you from your shoulder. Finally pokes you on the cheek again.
She looks up at it.
You cannot heal a wound that is festering. You must look at it.
I'm mad.
Yes.
It's their fault I feel like this.
Yeah, it tips. Why?
Because I know the secret they're keeping. Because I'm the one who did it.
But you do not want to make pain.
I don't want to hurt them. But I'm scared I will. There's times, especially when I'm fighting, I feel like I could drown the world in my rage. Everything just fuels it. I know what I can do. I know what I'm capable of. I'm the one who does it. What if they make me so mad I seriously hurt them? What happens then? That's really scary. That frightens me.
Mellows out a bit. Nestles down on your shoulder. I'm not gonna make your own alertness check. You could swear he's a little bigger. At least his limbs seem to be going a little more the right way. A little bit. Just a touch.
That whole train of thought, that can just spiral out until I'm so mad and angry I'm ready to just walk out and clock him in the face. Just to have an outlet for it, or because I like the way it feels when my fist hits somebody's bones. I'm not supposed to want that, but I do. It's confusing and conflicted, and hey, guess what? Like most things, that makes me really angry.
Yes.
I'm so fucking tired of being angry all the time. I want it to go away, and it doesn't, and I don't know how to cope.
That's kind of encouraging, almost. Just yes.
Except to come here and talk to you guys. I guess that's supposed to make it better, but hey, I'm fucking this up too, and it's making me a little bit angry, especially when one of you little fuckers bit me.
The other's kind of like all the ones at ground level, fuck off.
I don't know which one of you it was, but it is helping.
Fucking Jerry is hiding under a fucking cabinet.
Having something to shout at is helping.
Yeah.
God, I'm a fucking idiot for not doing this sooner just because you guys were... No offense, you look fucking terrifying to me.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. Even their voices, like, this is having the devil on your shoulder. It's creepy. It's fucking creepy and it's distressing. But weirdly enough, especially when she starts crying or screaming and just, yeah, you're getting a sourced event. And the more you vent, I mean, especially after all the yelling and the revelation of like, this is helping, and I'm mad about it. Just, I mean, he's getting, I mean, maybe small rabbit size.
I am. I don't know how much longer. I don't know how long I've been here. Fuck. Fuck. I'll be back. There's other stuff that's gonna make me mad. I know. Especially tonight. Especially if what we're trying to do doesn't work. Even if it does, I'll probably still be mad about it. And find some reason to be mad about anything. Apparently. But I gotta get my shit together and get prepared to go someplace, and maybe, hopefully, there'll be people I can punch. Wouldn't that be great? Yeah, would be great.
He like starts kind of just scratch climbing down you. Like, he's not trying to scratch you, but he's bigger and heavier now. Not by a ton, just enough that you might get to look a couple little like grazing scratches.
I mean, it's one of those things, like, she watches him climb down and, you know, stands up. Thank you, this was really helpful, but you're also really creepy and I just want to go now, so bye!
I mean, you're talking to him, you're really creepy, his head like twists upside down, it's a problem.
And there's
straight exorcist shit.
She just, okay. Doorway, there's a door, it's open, and pops back into the kitchen.
Yep, you scamper back in, and I assume eventually hop over to the Tellurian as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yep, you can escape relatively unscathed. You've still got a little bite on your finger, but that's the work of like 3 seconds at Glabro.
Yeah.
Max.
It's just like even looking at it, just oh. Yeah, she will come back into the kitchen and settle down and just kind of grab a couple things to graze on while she goes about getting her gear bag all set up.
All right, you can do. So for now, we'll go ahead and close the scene with a little bit, hopefully, of some semblance of at least a start to a path to closure, and some progress, some market progress. So with that, we'll close the scene.